Hey, this is the second attempt at doing a whole demonstration in Fusion. I had something weird happen where I ended up with holes that were intersecting, and I'm not totally sure how that happened. So this is in Fusion. You can tell that I am working in Fusion. You can just, yeah, tell by the palettes that we have up at the top. And this is from a design I did a year ago to illustrate the holes. And so this already came with a hole in it. Now, just to illustrate that, how to put the holes in, if I would like to put a hole in, there is an option for that. And then I can have a single point placement and select the face where I would like to place the hole. Now it's all bright red because I have the hole going off the edge of the block that I have. We're going to do this to distance. It is set for a countersink hole. We're not going to worry about the tap type and drill point. This is where the problem is. The diameter or the depth of the hole is fine at the 3 inches. This is the problem. I have a 4-inch diameter at the top, and it's too big. So we'll go ahead and make that 1 inch. Oh, crud. I didn't mean to hit enter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, so that's not what I meant to do. So I'm going to go ahead and right click on hole 2 and just click edit feature. So pretty much what I did was I selected enter before I was done. So make that 1 inch, 82 degrees, and then the diameter of the hole at 0.9 inches. Actually, I don't have a problem with any of that. It's a little hard to see the countersinkness in this. I'm going to see if I can make this 2 inches, if it will. No, it doesn't like 2 inches. Let's do 1.5 inches. There you go. So you can see that a little bit better. And what you hopefully saw, I'll go back to edit feature, is this looked familiar from the lesson where you can enter in the different depths that you want. Now, suppose I want to go and make a hole note, like we've now put a formal hole into our object. So for Fusion, I go to File. So you can slow down the video or pause it if you need to. File, we're going to go to New Drawing, and we're going to go to From Design, which I actually think I have that up over here. I do. The only difference is the drawing over here doesn't have the second hole in it that I just put in, so don't worry about that. I just put that in. So suppose you have this beautiful hole in your drawing and you want a hole note for it. So the way you find the hole note for it is you go to under text, and we have hole and thread note. And then this I had to be careful about. So it says select. And so you can select your edge, and then it says specify the endpoint. So it's not asking you to specify another point of the hole. It just like drag this to where you want the hole note to be. And this is the hole note that goes with this particular hole, and we can zoom in on it. It should look familiar to you. So it's got a 1/2 inch diameter hole going down 4 inches. It's a counter bore hole. The diameter is 2, and the depth of the little ledge is 0.5. Now, if you want to corroborate that, if I go to this hole here, and notice when I my cursor's down the lower left, when I go and highlight over it, it tells me which hole is which. And so if I want to corroborate that, okay, you can see the depth was 4 inches, the diameter of the top was 2 with a depth of 0.5, and the diameter of the overall hole was 5 inches, and that matches what we have in the hole note over there. Okay, so that is how you would do a hole in Fusion and how you would generate the hole note in a Fusion drawing. So let's go on over to Onshape. So Onshape over here, I have just toyed with this, and I think, if you've been watching the videos, you know that I am new to Onshape. I've only been working in it for a little bit over a week. So this is, I'm just trying to adapt my skills from one program to the other. Now, something that I noticed with Onshape is that it doesn't do like what Fusion does, where you can just select the face. In order to get the hole where you want it to be, you really need to have an actual point labeled. So I'm gonna do sketch, and I'm gonna click this face to do a sketch. And then in my sketch palette here, you'll notice there's a thing called point. And I'm going to go place that point. I can place it anywhere I want. I can align it with midpoints and so forth. But I'm going to go ahead and put the point right there. Now that is, Onshape is going to use that to reference where to put the hole. So the hole icon looks the same as it does in Fusion. That's super useful. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is set for countersink, and a blind hole, you could pick a through hole. Blind and last just means that if you're doing multiple holes, it's blind in the last hole. So if you had like a bunch of things stacked up and most of them you wanted to go through, and it would be blind in the last. So as with Fusion, you can indicate, what you want this hole to do. And I still have my settings like are super weird, but we'll do like a 10. Actually, let's do what is that? That is the diameter of the actual hole. So let's do 0.5 inches. And notice it's yelling at me because I can't have the diameter of the hole be 1/2 inch and the top of the hole be 6 millimeters. So we'll make that 0.75, and now it's okay. They have that sink coming in at a 90-degree angle and an overall depth of 1/2 inch. Let's make the overall depth 1 inch. And then it asks me like sketch points to place the hole. And notice that when I go over to that point, it highlights. So it will allow me to put the hole right there. Okay, so now you can see the hole, and we will accept the hole. There we go. And it's a blind hole. It's not going all the way through. Now let's go and create the drawing. So we'll keep all of that. And we want to do the drawing of part 1. That's like really kind of big. All right. And we have, that's exciting, isn't it? Whoa. I did not mean to do that. And then our isometric is up there. This is really, I should have changed the scale on that. Let's go ahead and select this one. Oops. I would like to show the shaded view on my isometric. There we go. Now, on this one, I'm going to do show hidden lines. And oh, it's like upside down. Okay, well, there you go. And what I'm doing is I'm right clicking on the view to show where the hole is. So you can see the hole. Notice that Onshape automatically put a center mark in there. And now we would like to put in the hole note. All right, and I had to play around with this a little bit, and if somebody discovers something in Onshape that I have not discovered yet, I'd be more than happy to learn. But underneath the text here, it says note, and what it does not, or at least what I do not seem to have figured out how to do with it, is have it automatically input that information in for me. So I had to go back into the Part Studio and look at, okay, well, what was the information that I had in for this particular note? And so what we need to do is actually type it in. So the diameter of the top part of the hole was 0.5. And then that was at a depth of, oh, I don't see the depth symbol. Uh-oh. That is not good. Oh, there it is, right there. Just kidding. A depth of 1.00, or we'll just do 1.0 inches. And it was a countersink hole with a diameter at the top of 0.075, and that was by an angle of 90 degrees. And so there's our hole note that needed to be expanded a little bit. Oh, no. I need to expand the formatting on that. But I don't want to take the time to do it right now. Like I need to make the box longer. And nope, I need to make the original box longer. There we go. Make that longer. There we go. All right. Yay. So there's our whole note. So in Onshape, at least as far as I can tell right now, in Onshape, when you're doing a whole note, that's how you would do it. So it doesn't automatically generate the whole note for you, which is a little annoying. If there is a way to do that and somebody, discovers how to get Onshape to automatically recognize that's a whole, but as it is, you can generate your whole note by hand. So hopefully that gives you guys an idea of how to create holes, how to use the hole tool in your Part Studio, know what the icon looks like and so forth, and then how to generate those notes in both Onshape and in Fusion.